Greetings to you wherever you are in this world today. Or should I say, greetings, earthlings. Anyway, this is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you with my daily theology lesson. Blah. At any rate, disclaimer ahead of time. If I massacre the biblical names, please forgive me. I'm coming out of the Bible today. Okay, and so we're going to go over the book of Joshua. And I'm going to start in chapter 1. I'm going to read verse 1 through 18. Okay, so let's see what the heavenly hosts have for us today. I don't know. It seemed like, I don't know. We're going to see. You know, he haven't been talking about tearing up the world recently. He talked about dealing with people individually. He talked about messing with running people out of cities and stuff like that, and then messing them up and dealing with people individually. So let's see what he has to say to us to this day. I hope everybody's having a good day. You know, I know it's kind of complicated and difficult for people, different places in the world. And I send out my prayers to anybody who's suffering on this earth, wherever you are. And I only hope that you can find some kind of hope and solace in knowing, you know, you have your life. You know, sometimes we're blessed just to escape with our lives, you know, and if we can do that, sometimes that's all that matters, you know, is that we got to live. That's how I kind of look at it. You know, I have my life. So that right there is a lot to be thankful for. Because if you're alive, you can always rebuild. It's difficult as it is. You know. It doesn't make it easy. It doesn't make it fun. But if you got your life, you have everything. So try to change your perspective if you're dealing with some stuff and really going through it. Just know you're not alone going through stuff, okay? Okay, so let's see what he has for us today, people. Oh, one more thing. Just know that if you know, because this is my lesson for meditation to start my day. You might have a different outlook or perspective than I can come up with. So if you come up with something different than what I have, please feel free to leave me a comment or explain what your train of thought is on it, because I want to find different perspectives on how to look at stuff. I don't want to just, I might, there's something I might be missing, you know. So, but anyway, let me get going. Now, after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spake unto Joshua, the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan. Though and all this people unto the land which I do give to them, even to the children of Israel. Every place that the sole of your feet shall tread upon, that I have given unto you, as I said unto Moses. So Moses carried them to the promised land. But after that, he was gone. After he got him there, the Lord took him on, it sounded like. He just took him on. He got him there, but somebody else had to carry him in or whatever to the land that was promised to them. From the wilderness in this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea, toward the going down of the sun, shall be your coast. So he's giving the boundaries or whatever. I know there's a lot of thought and debate about a lot of that stuff. So don't come after me, because I'm not the one. I'm just reading the text. This is old stuff, you know. So don't come running after me and wanting to do me in, okay? There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. God is just saying he's for whoever. The promise that he made is the promise that he made. Simple as that. I mean, you know, the people can fight about it or whatever they want to fight about, which is stupid. You know, I understand. You know, we do too much fighting. We do too much fighting. There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee nor forsake thee. Be strong and of good courage. Here we go with that good stuff. For unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land, which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law, which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right nor to the left, that thou mayest prosper whatsoever thou goest. Okay. You know, we have to be strong and courageous. It's not easy out here, you know, but only the strong survive, unfortunately. I mean, you know, the weak survive too, but for people to make change, the people that are making change and try to bring about change, you got to be strong and courageous. If you're trying to do something that's going to impact a nation, then you got to be strong and courageous, you know. It ain't for the weak for that, because we got to lift those who are weak, you know. We got to be their champion, you know. And when we go to do stuff, we have to be, we can't go this way, or we got to be straight. We got to be straight. You know, this and that's teetering. So we got to be straight. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. So meditation is important. You know, given time to thank God is very important. And I should have been, even though I loved God, before I went through a whole lot of changes, I spoke to God all the time. But I could have been a lot more disciplined about it, you know. But now I'm becoming more disciplined about it. And I'm, you know, even though I loved him before. And I was disciplined. And I thought of him. But I was like this though. Going back and forth. Back and forth. But now I'm more straight, you know. I have less though now. But that's okay. He's going to let me rebuild. Riches don't. It's not to me about the riches. It's about the stability. And the intent. What's the intent? And my intent is to be successful, but my intent is to, is to help people along the way, to try to lift somebody up, try to defend people who are too weak to defend themselves, you know. So I try to be real straight. I've always been straight about that, defending people that are very weak. But as far as myself, I can, you know, when it came to social interactions with people individually, I might have cut people slack that I shouldn't have cut slack, you know. I hung around some people at times that I never should have hung around, stuff like that. That's where I fell short, with who I might have hung around with sometime, you know. Have not I commanded thee, be strong and of good courage, be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest. So I realize that. I've been realizing it. They made themselves known to me as a small child. And as I have mentioned in several videos, I have seen things. They allow me to see stuff, and they allow me to take pictures of stuff too. And I have felt supernatural. I've been through supernatural things too, so I can't, there's no way I can deny it. When they allow you to, when they manifest themselves to you like that, you know. But if God and their heavenly host can manifest themselves to you, you know the demons can manifest themselves to you also. Bad guys and bullies. So if people can believe that there's demons, believe that there's heavenly hosts. And they can manifest too, and they do, if they to whom they want to. They don't do it for everybody though. So that makes me feel special in some ways, you know, but that's a greater responsibility though. That's a greater responsibility. So I understand, you know, it's not easy trying to be strong and courageous. Sometimes it's scary, you know, to be strong and courageous. Sometimes I want a coward sometimes. Because I'm a woman, you know, and I have to fight people by myself. I'm out here with the sword and stuff, fighting people by myself, and I'm a woman, you know. So, I mean, I can kind of relate, you know, but I want to lift up a nation. I want to help lift up a world. So, I mean, you can't be weak. So that's why they let me go through stuff. And I mean, like battles. People have really, literally, I have been in literal battles for my life. Literal. It's a miracle I'm alive. I should have been gone a few times. That's putting it mildly. I'm talking about literally trying to take me out. And I have had to fight. It's rough. But you have to be strong. You can't. If you have a purpose and you are trying to do something, you can't. You gotta be strong. If you're trying to make change and go up against people who are powerful, they have the authority and ability to take you out. They could have took me out a long time ago. Some people could have just went on and took me out. They just got and just. But you know, I think I amuse people with that. You know, it's not funny for me though. It's not funny for me. But some people really do try to take me out. But some people just toy with me. You know, just mess with me. But see, here's the thing. But I mess with them back. I said, oh, y'all, you want to play? Watch this, and then I'll mess with them. So that's like, wow, really? Yeah, really. You know, so I think they become amused from that, you know? Some people. But it's not funny for me, you know? Who wants to be out there with the sword and stuff all the time? And a woman? I can't live like no normal woman. I haven't had that luxury. I never have. Never have. But that's you know, God brought me in here to be that thorn in the paw for people. Then Joshua commanded the officers of the people, saying, pass through the host and command the people, saying, prepare your victuals. For within 3 days ye shall pass over the Jordan to go into the promised land, which the Lord your God giveth you to possess it. So, you know, Moses got them there, but he didn't get them. He got them to the land, but he couldn't take them into it, which is sad. But he did what he was supposed to do. He did what God told him to do, you know, and they gave poor Moses. That had to be a rough job. Them people were all but that's a whole other story. And to the Reubenites and to the Gadites, and to half the tribe of, no, forgive me for this one, Manasseh, spake Joshua, saying, remember the word which Moses the servant of the Lord commanded you, saying, the Lord your God hath given you rest and hath given you this land. Your wives, your little ones, and your cattle shall remain in the land which Moses gave you on the side of Jordan. But ye shall pass before your brethren armed, and the mighty men of valor, and help them, until the Lord have given your brethren rest, as he hath given you, and they also have possessed the land which the Lord your God giveth them. Then ye shall return unto the land of your possession, and enjoy it, which Moses the Lord's servant gave you on this side Jordan towards the sun rising. And they answered Joshua, saying, all that thou commandest us to do will. Let me say that again, sorry. And they answered Joshua, saying, all that thou commandest us we will do, and whithersoever thou sendest us we will go. So that's good. They were trying to follow instructions, According as we hearken unto Moses in all things, so will we hearken unto thee. Only the Lord thy God be with thee, as he was with Moses. So that's good. God gave to still continue to promise on. Whosoever he be that doth rebel against thy commandment, and will not hearken unto thy words, and all that thou commandest him, he shall be put to death. Only be strong and of good courage. So he telling us again, be strong and of good courage. And when God asks us or gives us a promise about something, he's going to fulfill his promise, but he expects for us to fulfill our side of the bargain, and be strong and of good courage. I try to be strong and of good courage. I do. I'm sometimes afraid, though. Sometimes I'm afraid when I'm standing up to people. I have to stand up to people all the time. I get tired sometimes, though. I do. I get weary sometimes. I'm like, man, because it's not like I have security or anything, or something like that. So whenever I'm up against people of power, I'm standing on my own. I have God, so that's all I need. But in the physical form, it just seems as though I'm standing alone. And I sometimes feel like that, but I have to be strong and of good courage. It's not easy out here when you're standing for something that matters. It's not. But when you have a purpose, a big purpose, you got to do what you're supposed to do. And God gave me an assignment, and I got to do it. And this last time, I didn't think I wasn't expecting to come out here like this, on the internet like this, 5 weeks ago. It'll be going into my 6th week. But it just seems like I've been here forever. This will only be, I think, this coming week, that going into my 6th week, and I seem like I done been here forever. But I'm just getting started. And I think that I'm trying to have an impact, a positive impact on people, I'm not getting anything out of this financially, but what I'm gaining out of it is I feel blessed. I will hope that I'm reaching somebody. And if I can reach the powerful people that have authority and change their mind about a few things, then that could, that can have an effect on people by trickling it down, So I feel real blessed to be here, and I look forward to what God has in store for me. He wasn't talking about tearing up anything today. They weren't talking about destroying anything today. So they're giving everybody a chance to rest, sounds like, which is good. Even in battle, you got to have a time in battle. Even warriors even warriors on battlefields have to rest. You can't just always be out there battling. You can't always, you got to stop sometime. But I'm a warrior for God. So I am out there battling for him. But he got to give me rest sometime from battling these people. Because I'm going to stand up. Especially when I know some people are doing something that's wrong that needs to be addressed. I will stand up. And there's a lot of people that are being mistreated on this earth. And they need somebody to be a champion for them. you know. And one of my main objectives is to build this channel into a world-class network where I can give back because of it. You know, I'm going to gain eventually something out of it, but the objective is to build it into something where I can build a network, a connection where I can trickle it down to the people, get resources to people that are hurting and in need. So that's my main objective. But I am going to, you know, eventually gain monetarily from it. But that's not my main objective right now. God wanted me to come out here and just talk to people so that we could try to change people's mind about some things, you know, being kinder, gentler, you know, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel good today because maybe today it'll be peaceful on the earth. In places it's usually chaotic. Maybe people will just stop today. Maybe they'll just stop today, you know, and just rest from the fighting. Anyway, my show, Kicking It with Shelly on the Chase, will be this evening at 10 o'clock, okay? And as I mentioned before, I'll just be kind of reading over some stuff and giving people some tips until I get it built up. Then us adults can just chit-chat back and forth, just about whatever we want to chit-chat about. And just make it a community chit-chat. I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope you'll have a good day wherever you are on this earth. And just know that I care about you all. I do. I care about you. World, it's time for us to change, world. Let's change. Let's make this world better. We can. We can. Maybe he'll let us stay here around here a little bit longer if we just try to make a change. We can do that. Reach out to somebody and do something good today. He wants us to be good and have courage. It takes courage. Even sometimes just getting up out of bed to face it the day takes courage. And I understand how that is too. Been there and done all of that. But I'm here to be an encourager for people. And I want you to stay encouraged. Even if it's only for a day. We can worry about tomorrow when we get there. All right? Have a good day. And remember, smile this day anyway. And reach out to one person at a time. One person at a time. One person at a time. Okay?